Alrighty, we should be coming back live in just a second now. Sorry for the delay, race fans. We're hopefully get this technical difficulty underway and get our drivers and our announcers back on the air. If I could get my other announcers, Jim, J-Rock, Alan, to check in real quick.
You got a copy out there?
Kelly, Keith, you guys got a copy?
You're coming through, guys.
Alright, it sounds like we're good to go.
Yeah, they're just finishing up the second heat race here right now.
I just...
So it looks like we're getting into our second heat race. Sorry about the technical difficulty, race fans, and hopefully that don't happen again. But the good thing is we got this thing fixed before the main event, because that's why we're all here tonight, is to see 21 cars hit 200 laps around Eldora Speedway. This is still going to be exciting. We still haven't missed the good part, and we've got helpers up here in the booth. So we got some exciting times ahead of us, and it looks like these trucks are getting ready to go racing for the second heat event.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody's help out there, helping us get this thing situated. We appreciate it.
So Jim, Alan, are you guys going to hang out with us during this heat event, or you got mechanic stuff to do in the garage? We don't care either way. We're more than happy to have you up here with us.
Well, if it's all right, gentlemen, I think I'm going to, after watching that race, I'm going to change my car a little bit, and I'm going to run up and out to the pits.
All right, Jim. Thanks for helping us out, buddy. We'll see you down on the track.
Anytime, and gentlemen, thank you, and have a great day.
Good luck, Jim.
All right, so we still got Alan up here with us. We'll see if he's going to stick around or going to want to go do some adjustments on his car, too.
Oh, they won't let me touch your truck.
You only get to drive, huh? Not allowed to turn no wrenches.
That's right.
Hey, Alan, I know I seen you on the track there earlier during practice there. How's the track feeling for you?
Well, it seemed to come in better on the long run for me. Started out real loose and moved down low. Played around a little bit with the gear selection, and got to feeling better, like I said, after the long run. After about 10 laps, it really came into me.
Where on the track did you feel that it was the best line for you?
Well, for me, it feels better down low. Put my left front down into the moisture there in the turns, and it seems to help me get through the corners better.
That's an interesting approach, because we're seeing most of the drivers that are out there, they tend to have a better rhythm, I guess, in the middle to the high side. So hopefully that line there works for you tonight.
Well, it's going to be a long race, so a lot of things can change, but looking forward to it.
So it looks like you were right, J-Rock. As soon as we come back live, we did just barely catch the end of that heat race. So they are pretty much done with their heat races. They're going to go ahead and get their lineups ready on who all's going to be able to run in this main event. And we should be going to a main event race here shortly.
Yeah, and I was just catching the stats, I guess, at the finish of that race. Looks like the number 60 truck, I think it was the lucky winner there. They're only taking one driver from that second heat race, so I think he's the one that's going to move to the main event.
Well, there you have it. We should know the 21 drivers that are going to be in this race soon, and get ready for a long dirt race, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be exciting. So while we're letting them sort out their issues and get everything ready to go for this main event that we've all been waiting for, we're going to go ahead and take this to one of our sponsors' commercials, and we'll be right back with you.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
All right, guys, I'm going to head back down.
All right, Alan, you're still in there. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
User left your channel.
He's a 20 years straight, get to work on time. He's loved one woman for all his life. Everybody knows he ain't just tough, he's strong. Strong. He'll pick you up and won't let you down. Rock solid inside out. Somebody you can trust. Steady as the sun. Ain't nothing gonna knock him off the road he's rolling on.
The all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead.
He's strong.
So here we are live at Eldora Speedway. Continue on with tonight's events. We fumbled through our first heat race. Didn't do too bad there. Had some technical difficulties. Got kind of backed up in our second heat race. But the important thing is we're up and running, and the main event is getting underway here shortly. Probably going to see some practice laps going on. Probably going to see a qualifying session going on. And then we're down for 200 laps at dirt track racing, J-Rock. This is going to be fun.
Yep, they've got the first two heat races has sorted out, I guess, the 21 truck field, and they will run a qualifying event just to solidify their pit road selection there. So that's once that's all done, should only take a few minutes, and we'll get on to this main event.
Sounds good. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for this main event to get going.
Well, if the heat races are any indication, I guess, of what we should see, yeah, it's going to be a blast.
And we've got some trucks down on the infield on pit road now. Looks like they're coming out to get some practice laps in, see if they had to make any adjustments or whatnot, and see how their truck feels for this big long race. 200 laps. This is a lot of racing.
Just want to remind any viewers that we have out there, let's see, we might have a couple of them that might have joined or kind of chimed in on the chat there. Use that chat box. If you have a question, I guess, for either one of our broadcasters, Rich or myself, J-Rock, if you have a specific question, I guess, about this track, this event, or would like to ask a particular question, I guess one of the drivers, can maybe get them up in the booth there and maybe answer it for you.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, the nice thing about this group is all of these drivers are really personable drivers. I mean, you know, they race hard, they're very competitive, but they're down-to-earth people just like anybody else. And, you know, it's really a great group to get out here and race with. And it looks like that's the reset, so maybe they've got their 21 drivers pinned down now, and they went ahead and reset the race server. And as soon as they get it set back up, they're going to allow these 21 drivers to get back out on the track, get out there on the track, get their trucks warmed up, everybody get lined up, and once everybody's in, I think we're going to have a real short practice period, and then we're going to go to qualifying, and we should be able to get going then. Back live, a couple trucks out on the track now. Let's see if we can't get this underway. We're going to have less than 5 minutes of practice before we go to qualifying, so I'm betting within 10 minutes we're going to be green flag racing with some a lot of noise, a lot of cars or a lot of trucks, and a lot of laps.
That's very true, Rich. Appreciate everybody joining us in on our live broadcast here. It's an unprecedented event for this truck series, and I'm going to mention one more time, I guess, before we get going here anytime soon, that if you have a question there, I'm seeing a couple of them coming up in the chat room there in our live broadcast. Feel free to put whatever question you might have.
So let's see if I know they're out there just warming their trucks up, feeling out their setups and all that good stuff. Let's see if we can't get Joey DeMann on the radio. He's out there running around in his truck right now.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Joey, Rich up in the broadcast booth. You got a second to talk with us, buddy?
Yeah, sure, brother. What's up?
Now don't let us distract you. We know you're out there getting sideways right now, so keep your eye on the road and we'll just chat with you as we can.
I can sideways and steer and drive and try to not hit anybody.
There you go, buddy. Keep that nose clean. I think that's going to be the name of the game tonight, right? Keep that truck clean and survival to the end, right?
Well, that's definitely going to be our goal because we are running for points more than anything else tonight. We are points running. If we finish last, as long as our truck still runs, we'll be happy.
10-4. What do you got for him, J-Rock?
I haven't seen you race too much on the dirt there, Joey. So I'm looking I'm looking to see how you can handle this thing.
Well, if you've seen me ever run the hobby stocks or the lake models or the sprints, it's not very pretty. I'm not much of a dirt runner, but the trucks do handle a little bit better. They dig into the dirt a little bit more, so they're a little more manageable than what I've been accustomed to being thrown into a dirt car and trying to deal with.
Well, we're looking forward, I guess, to seeing how you can run this half mile here, Joey, and I hope it all works out for you.
Thank you, buddy. I hope it's as entertaining up there as it is down here for us.
Oh, it always is, Joey, always is. So while we got you on the air and we got your truck out on the track, next time out of turn 2, we're going to flip the cameras over to your in-cab camera, and if you would, walk us around the lap out of this thing. We're going to flip to you right about now, and just give us a description once you start the line through a whole lap. Tell us what it's like.
Well, going in here in the 3 and 4, we are definitely going to be trying on the low side. There's a lot of guys for the high side and some for the low side. For us, the low side's a little bit more grippy, and especially coming off of 4. Going into 1, you can pretty much hold it wide open if you want to. Just steer. Come out of 2, going on a back stretch is about the straightest you're going to get the truck. Then you got to dive it back down into 3 again and hopefully not hit this bump coming out of 4 and keep the truck straight. That's a crash course to the lap of this this place.
There you have it. That's a 16.6 lap we just did with Joey DeMann in a number 3 Chevrolet. Very exciting for all those drivers that never get to do this kind of stuff. It's quite a handful, ain't it, Joey?
Yeah, handful and a half, buddy.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to it, get you settled in, hopefully get all the jitters and the butterflies worked out, and you got a nice, calm runway ahead of you.
Thank you, buddy. You all have fun up there.
All right, take care, Joey. Good luck.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Have it right from the driver's mouth while he's running the lap. That's some exciting stuff, J-Rock. They got their hands full.
I think every driver is going to have their hands full tonight, Rich. It's amazing to see, I guess, this, like we keep mentioning, the diversity of this field as far as there's some non-dirt racers, there's some that have raced, but not quite that much, and, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. They're coming down to the end of their practice, so it looks like we're probably going to be going to qualifying here soon. And we should be underway racing shortly. I'm still thinking it's going to be interesting tonight to see this dirt racing do green flag pit stops. I hope we get to see it. Definitely in for some excitement, I believe. So while we get these guys under qualifying, let's go ahead and look at one of our other sponsors, and we'll be right back live with you guys. Don't go nowhere.
I'm Tony Saragusa, and I've been around the toughest guys in football. And now I'm training guys who leak a little to guard their manhood with man-style protection of new Depend shields and guards. Who are you?
This is my house.
Perfect. Come with me. Built your little man space under here. How about that?
Sweet.
See, Depend shields and guards are made to fit guys. That's awesome. I trained that guy. Now it's your turn. Go online for my tips to help guard your manhood with new Depend shields and guards.
the greats didn't all make it on talent alone. No, they were encouraged, nurtured.
So, what do you think, J-Rock? You think they're going to get these things lined up here soon and get this race server going again?
And local fans who championed them until they were champions. Today, there's a new crop of
Are you still connected to the
coming up
server?
where you live.
Yeah, I'm
You can
here,
help
Rich.
give 'em that
Just
edge.
speaking with one of the admins real quick and get right back with you.
10-4. Looks like the server's offline right now. So while we're waiting for them to get things under control, let's have a check-in with our chat box here and see if we got anything going on here. Got a lot of stuff for not hearing us earlier. We were having some technical difficulties. Got a new viewer out there, Kurt Dirt 00, first time viewing with us, so welcome aboard. Good to have new viewers out there with us. Once again, this whole chat thing is set up basically so our viewers have the capability of chatting information with
User left your
myself and
channel.
with J-Rock. And, you know, maybe we'll get some good questions for these drivers and whatnot and give you guys some information about your favorite drivers. So it looks like they're still doing their lineup and getting the server set up for the 200-lap race, and it's probably going to be a minute or two, so we'll go ahead and run this to a commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back live.
Sunoco is giving free fuel to thousands of drivers.
This is how it's done.
Later.
And with a little help from the fastest snail in racing, this could be the biggest free fuel 5,000 ever.
Slow no mo. That's for sure.
For your chance at 5,000 gallons of free fuel, just get the decal, get spotted, and win.
I'm never going slow again.
Catch Turbo, only in theaters.
I was excited for NASCAR to go back to their roots with the Truck Series.
It's going to be very cool. I think it's going to put on one heck of a show for the fans.
It's going to be a blast. I can't wait for it.
So if you're just joining in for the live event, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of our major sponsors. First one we're looking at is Stingray Chevrolet. I'd like to thank Stingray Chevrolet for being a part of and an official partner in the Mud Summer Classic. Stingray Chevrolet is located in Plant City, Florida, and is one of the largest Chevrolet dealerships in the country. This premier dealership in 2010 was voted Chevrolet Dealership of the Year. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used Chevrolet, please give them a call at 813-704-2092 or visit their website at www.stingraychevrolet.com. We're very proud to have Stingray Chevrolet on board with us today. Our second major sponsor is Source Interlink Media. I'd like to thank Source Interlink Media for being a part of an official partner of the Midsummer Classic. Source Interlink Media is the premier source of special interest media in the United States, with 70-plus publications, 100-plus websites, 800 branded products, 50-plus events, TV and radio programs, and mobile device applications. Source Interlink Media is the largest provider of content to enthusiast communities interested in consumer and performance automotive, action sports, marine, home technology, and other niche activities. For a full list of media publications, please visit their website, Source Interlink Media. So proud to have them on board with us today. So I hear motors running in the background. Looks like they got trucks out on the track. Practice is set up. They're getting things underway. And we should be going to qualifying soon. Looks like we're going to have a little bit less than 5 minutes of practice time. So we'll see what's going on with these drivers. So just to give a shout out to one of our drivers has a fan watching the show tonight. We mentioned him a little bit earlier in our broadcast, Kurt Dirt 00. He is a first-time viewer. He is a fan of Steve Menson, so we'll see how they do tonight. Steve Menson's going to be running the number 60 tonight, and he appears to be in the main event, so we'll check in with him real quick and see how things are going. I'm not seeing Steve out on the track right now. Let me see if I can't get Steve on the radio. He must be down in the infield somewhere.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Stevie Menson, Rich Patton up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
So tell me how you're feeling about this main event, 200 laps around Eldora Speedway, and it's on dirt. Is it going to be a handful? Are you going to get tired? Are you going to be able to hang in there? What do you think?
Oh, I've been racing dirt for 20 years. I think I'll be all right. I just kind of jumped in here last minute, though, so I don't know many of these boys, but we'll just try to keep it clean and see what happens at the end.
10-4, I hear that. That's probably a good plan with 21 cars out on a dirt track. Pulled you up here in the booth. You got a visitor or a race fan out there watching the show tonight. Goes by the name of Kurt Dirt 00. Anything you want to give a shout out to him?
I just hope we put on a good show. See what happens here.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get back to it. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We know you got a lot of stuff ahead of you right now. So good luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you a little bit later tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve, take it easy.
User was moved out of your channel.
And there you have it, Kurt Dirt. Your driver was up in the booth. Get him on the air for you. Give a little bit of a shout out for you. And that's the kind of thing we like to do here. So we like our spectators to be involved. And you want to hear your driver, you let me know, and I will get them on the radio for you. So heading back down on the track. Let's look and see who's riding in the hot spot right now, who's running the fastest laps in practice, and lo and behold, if it ain't the number 12, Chris Peugeot again is sitting on top with a 15.691 lap time. Pretty impressive around here. And you guys that were with us on our broadcast earlier before we had this technical difficulty situation, we talked to the number 5 of Jim Jackson, and Jim was a little bit concerned about running the top row. Didn't feel too comfortable up there.
Joined your channel.
Right now, it looks like he's running the second fastest lap on the track with a 15.773. So, you know, it's like I told J-Rock earlier that I think Jim's always a contender when it comes to dirt, and he's showing it right now in practice. Welcome back up here, J-Rock.
Yeah, we just had to work out some had to talk with the big wigs up there, work out some details, I guess, with the track, just to get this 21 truck field set in place. And I think we got everything's worked out. It looks like we got another broadcaster if we ever need him, too, Rich, too. We have one that didn't quite make it one of the heat races, Carson Krentz. So he's volunteered his time, I guess, if we need some help.
Yeah, sure. The more the merrier. We like to have a big party up here. Since we're going to be up here all night with 200 laps anyway, we might as well have a big party of it.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Yeah, so now I'm keeping an eye on these lap times in this practice, and the gentleman we spoke to earlier, the number 5 of Jim Jackson, he has now moved into the fastest lap.
So I think he's probably worked out all those butterflies in.
I told you earlier, J-Rock, Jim will find a way to get around this track. You know how he is in dirt.
Yeah, he'll usually find his way.
So did a nice little shout out for Stevie. Stevie Benson's got a race fan watching our broadcast tonight, so I went ahead and pulled Stevie up here and got him on the air, and hopefully that did a good shout out for him.
That's excellent.
Yeah, I'm encouraging our watchers. You know, you want to hear from your driver, just let me know, and I will get them on the radio at some point tonight and make sure they know you're watching. It's good to be in control, right, J-Rock?
Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there again. I guess I don't know if you picked up any other viewers or not, but just going to remind everybody, if you've got a particular driver that you're rooting for in this race, or got a question for either Rich or myself, throw it up in the chat there, and maybe we'll answer it there for you.
For J-Rock. I'm going to step out of the booth just for a minute, J-Rock. The microphone is yours. I will be right back, buddy.
10 for it. Should only be a few more minutes there, all our viewers out there, for us to go to the qualifying. The qualifying session coming up there is just going to set the pit road selections there. We've already got our drivers as far as to set the field. Ran our first 2 heat races, so that's all in the books. So within a few minutes here, we should be seeing qualifying just for pit selections. Not really a big deal, I guess, with the pits on this thing here. Lots of room on the infield there. Drivers have a couple different options to enter, particularly exit out of this track. They can exit out of the turn 1, or go all the way around and come back in, or go back out where they came in. So gives them a little bit of flexibility there.
Alrighty, J-Rock, that's all fixed up, and I don't know. I'm just so excited, buddy. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, I'm excited just as well here. I think this is going to be very interesting, Rich. Just watching these drivers just get some seat time and get their wheels all dug in, and disqualifying session out of the way.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, something else I'm noticing here is I know we got some fast drivers, some dirt drivers that are used to being on the dirt, and once again, this is normally a paved series. But, you know, I see that we reset practice at one point, and times had to be reset, and you look back who's in the lead again, he's got to be running consistent laps. The number 12, Chris Peugeot, is back on top with a 15.7 again.
Look at that. He was doing good in previous practice here before we went into the heat races there too, so he's showing some muscle here.
Most definitely. And it looks like Jackson earlier was running a faster lap, but it doesn't seem to be as quick. It looks like it takes him a little bit longer to find his rhythm. So, you know, I know this is 200 laps, but finding your rhythm earlier could be the difference between first and last.
That could very well be. Rich, I think we got a question up there in the chat box. One of our viewers, it says, "Do these cars take damage?"
Well, so let's answer that as easy as we can. So, in the game itself, basically, yes, they do take damage, but there are 3 different levels of damage. You can run the game with no damage, to where nothing will ever happen. You can also run with moderate damage, which means, you know, it's going to take a beating and it'll still run for a little while, but there's still a chance that you can still total your car. And then there is a realistic damage setting, which means basically you better take care of your truck, because if you mess it up, it's going to affect how it drives. Then there's also, you know, spontaneous parts of the game that you just can't control. So sometimes when you're in the middle of racing, for no apparent reason, you just blow a motor or strip a gear or pop a transmission, and that'll put you out for the night. So, even though there's different damage settings involved in the game, there are still random issues that drivers have to deal with that you just don't know when it's going to happen. So it makes it, quite interesting.
That's a pretty good explanation there, Rich. Just got another question up in there. It's like asking us broadcast. I'm assuming that's us here. Have we ever ran a race in our 2003? And that would be a yes. But not particularly on the dirt quite so much. It's kind of a new venture for myself. I don't know about Rich. I know Rich went out there a little earlier. What did you feel out there, Rich?
Yeah, I've been racing, online with this game for years. I run dyno racing. We ran plenty of dirt series and dirt seasons, so I'm very familiar with the pavement, road courses, roundy round, super speedways, and all that good stuff. My take on this track is that it is very interesting. You can run high, low. If you're running low, it's a lot easier to oversteer the car and come out of the corners with a little too much side action, and it's a lot easier to spin them out coming off the corners. So I think the thing to watch tonight is going to be basically to see who's running high, who's running low, and if those guys are running low, keep an eye on them because they may oversteer their car, and you might see some spinning coming out of turn 2 and turn 4.
It looks like they're going to their qualifying session here, Rich.
Yeah, definitely going to qualifying. So let's go ahead and let Chevy have a few seconds and get one of their newest commercials up here for you guys to see. And we'll be right back. So we're back live at Eldora. These guys are going through qualifying right now, so we're pretty much going to leave them alone and let them get their fast laps in. This race brought to you tonight by DRTV, Sim Racing Television. This is our live broadcast. TWA Racing, who's pretty much running the show on this thing in combination with Dyno Racing and TDR Racing. Many of the regular league drivers between TWA, Dyno, and TDR are in this event. Also, you always have to thank SBP, Safer Barrier Project. They're responsible for many of the different tracks involved in this game, and especially this track tonight, which no one has ever seen this track until this track was placed on the server tonight. And these drivers, this is their first night ever seeing this track. And Safer Barrier Project, in the hopefully near future, will be publicizing this track as soon as they get it completed. Then, of course, we're looking at TeamSpeak 3. It's a communication choice by all of our racers. This is how all of our drivers communicate, and this is also how we communicate with the drivers as well. And then, of course, NRT servers, NRT race servers. That's what most of our leagues are running our racing on. Excellent group. They supply us with our TeamSpeak servers and our race servers, and they'll stop doing whatever they're doing to help us anytime there's an issue. So they're a wonderful group, and I'm glad we're on board with them. So one other question we had, J-Rock, that I don't think we mentioned on is Kurt Dirt has asked us what setting this race is on. So if he's talking about damage levels, we're actually running the dirt in a moderate damage, so they do have the chance of tearing their trucks up, but they will be able to beat and bang a little bit without destroying themselves too bad. Obviously, if they get rolled or they hit something pretty hard, it's going to affect them. So, if we see some head-on hits into the wall, we might see some blown motors and some smoke out here, and some drivers getting out of the races a little earlier than what they intended on doing.
Yeah, that would be very true. I think part of the reason they don't do a realistic damage on this a lot is just it takes. It doesn't take much, I guess, to get these trucks, banged up pretty bad to the point where, like you said, the engine goes out or whatever. You hate to end anybody's night too quickly, especially if they're still a little wet behind the ears or a little green. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Once you get into the realistic damage, it changes a driver's thinking. They don't take as many chances. You focus more on keeping your car a lot cleaner. And those drivers that don't find themselves out of the races usually pretty early.
Yeah, we want to give everybody a chance. On there, it's like they'll still get some damage or whatever, and they have to kind of watch themselves, but it's just not quite as severe.
Most definitely. So qualifying is now over. The drivers are going through their final drivers meeting before they're going to be allowed back out on the track. While they're doing this, up on the screen we have our current points standings, and we also have the qualifying standings. So it looks like the number 0 of Matt Hatfield's going to be on the pole tonight. Fast lap, 15.670.
That's amazing. Of course, you got Stonewall Jackson there in the second spot. He was showing pretty stout out in that final practice run.
Yeah, most definitely. Jackson's going to be starting on the outside first row. Inside second row is that number 12 again. We saw him pretty fast, Chris Peugeot.
Yep, he was pretty much all the practice sessions that we've had up since the start of since we went live. He was showing some muscle out there. So to see those top 3 up there, I guess it doesn't really surprise me based on all these sessions we've had so far.
I hear that. And if you look at that, 2nd through 5th is all 15.7s. This is going to be tight field. I mean, we're under 16 all the way back to 16th spot.
That's just phenomenal.
It's going to be a tough race tonight.
And to give you any type of perspective on when you're running these qualified laps, you're all by yourself. So you got the whole track to yourself. You don't have to worry about other trucks being in your way and whatever. So it's like when you run a time like that and then mix that up with actually running against other trucks, it's totally different. So.
Oh, I agree 100%. And it comes back again how fast these drivers can find their rhythm and get in their groove. And I mean, yourself, you've raced plenty, J-Rock. You only have 1 lap on some tracks, 2 laps on other tracks. To get those speeds within 1 or 2 laps, to find your groove that fast, I think is going to be a big issue tonight.
I think it will be. Like I said, having even 21 trucks, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, I guess, for this half mile. But I guess if you put it into perspective, too, I guess is the way the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series event actually went. They had like 30 trucks on there, so you're talking 10 more trucks, more than what we've got in this field tonight. So I can only imagine what it must be like out there.
Oh, I know. It's gonna feel like you're racing through a parking lot. I mean, once these trucks get spread out, it might not sound like there's that many cars, but when you're going sideways around these corners, you take up a lot more room than you think you do, and to be side by side gets intense when you're going sideways.
And I think with this diverse field as we have, as we've talked about through all these sessions, these drivers have got to be aware by now with the way this field's set, as far as how much room the truck needs or whatever to to get it around the corner and get it through the turn. So it's like I think there's going to be a little bit of room given, I guess, in these first rounds of laps.
Well, and you bring that room giving up, and a lot of these drivers, I mean, you've raced with them, I've raced with them, many of these drivers we've been, door handle to door handle with, and this really is a good crowd. They understand there's 200 laps. They're not going to be taking chances early on in this race because they're going to have to be there in the end to win it. So, and I think a lot of them are going to have that mindset.
That is correct, Rich. And probably another thing to watch is like, it may not necessarily be a bad thing if throughout this mix as you run these laps, that if you tend to end up towards the back or whatever, it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. I think you can do you can move around a lot in this track with that, either with that give and take or just finding your rhythm there. I think you can. This track is very fast. It's very racy. So it's not going to be an issue for these drivers.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Looks like we got less than 5 minutes left. We're going to put these trucks out on the track, get them lined up on the grid, and we're going to go green flag racing for 200 laps at Eldora. I hope you race fans are ready for this, because this is going to get intense.
Yeah, if any of our viewers out there has watched, the actual NASCAR Camping World Truck Series event that they had last night, it's going to be pretty darn close so far from what we've seen in these sessions and the practice sessions and then the heat races. What's going to be interesting to me, and I know you and I were talking about this earlier, Rich, and I think we talked to Matt, our race admin, one of our race admin here in TWA. He was mentioning about how he's expecting to see the driver come from the top end of the track. So that's going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah, most definitely. And, we talked to Jackson earlier, the number 5, and he said earlier on before the heat races in practice that he just could not get the top to work. And he was slow. He was off the pace. And you and I both know he's a dirt racer at heart, and he figured it out, and he's got his lap times back down competitive now. So, I mean, he's outside front row starting this big race. So he might have found his groove. He could be a contender up there.
Very much so. I'm just reading some of the chat up in there. We have a fan out there for the number 60 truck. Minson there. He's rooting for him.
Yeah, we brought him down earlier during a practice session and had a good chat with him, let him do a shout out to his buddy. So it's good to see the race fans know where their drivers are at and know they can come here to root for them. And hopefully some of our viewers right now have got some drivers they'd like to hear from, and go ahead and type it in the chat box there, and we'll see if we can't get your driver on the air and do a shout out. Let them know that you're watching and you're rooting for them. It gets them feeling good when they know people are watching them. So we're getting down to the wire here a little bit. Let's go ahead and take this to a commercial break, and by the time we come back from that, we should be getting ready to line these trucks up out on the track. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The greats didn't all make it on talent alone. No, they were encouraged, nurtured, supported. They had a local home track behind them, and local fans who championed them until they were champions. Today, there's a new crop of drivers coming up where you live, and you can help give them that edge.
We're back live at Eldora Speedway, waiting for these trucks to get on grid. It looks like pit crews are all out on the track. Should see the trucks lining up here in a minute or so. And looks like we got a chat box there. I'm not sure who they're asking for. I don't know who Strosky is. If that's one of our drivers, we're probably going to not go by a nickname. So if it is a driver, give us a shout out on his name and we'll get him up here for you.
It's very eerie calm right now as here's this. All these drivers get their last minute rules out of the way as far as how this event's going to.
10 for Jack Strosky. We're looking for Jack. That would be our TDR Jack, right?
I believe it is.
See if we can't get him on the radio up here.
Is that the 89 truck?
Yeah.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Jack, it's Rich and J-Rock up in the booth. You got a second, buddy?
Yeah, how you doing?
So, got a couple guys out here watching you on our live broadcast. Just wanted to let them know that we got you here and see if you wanted to give them a shout out. You got some race fans watching, so once you give them a shout out, whatever, tell us how you're feeling about this 200 lapper getting ready to start.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The heat race was pretty fun, and just like to thank everybody for showing up and watching, and thank you guys for broadcasting it.
All right, buddy. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Hope you keep that truck clean. You got a lot of laps coming ahead of you.
Oh yeah, just a few.
So you think the majority of them are gonna take care of their trucks, or you think it's gonna get intense right away?
I'm hoping it doesn't get intense right away, but you know, I can't speak for everybody.
How is your truck feeling out there, Jack? I got J-Rock here. Getting some of the vibe, I guess, from some of the other drivers. I guess, where is your truck feeling like it sticks the best? Where does it find the best rhythm?
On the bottom in the corners, and then just going up top on the straightaway. I really can't do much on the top. You got the dip coming out of floor. You got to be careful with that. It'll throw you sideways.
That's kind of the same thing, I guess, that we were seeing. That's good input to know. We're just letting our viewers know, I guess, what you could probably expect as far as where most of the drivers are going to be running. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's the bottom line's the place to be here tonight.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll let you get back to your crew and get get everything straightened out, and good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
Take it easy, Jack. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
So we got clarification. That's not the right Jack they wanted to hear from. J-Rock, they're actually talking about you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
that's a first for me.
There you go. J-Rock, normally, yes, he does run in the number 70. He runs in quite a few leagues here with us once in a while when he's not busy building racetracks for this game. And he's with me tonight in the booth. So, you know, the broadcasters, in order for us to broadcast this event, we actually have to log in as if we were a driver into the servers. So both of us are actually in the standings right now as drivers, but that's the only way we're able to watch the game and broadcast it to you guys live. So 998R Patton, that's myself, and the number 70 at J-Rock is both up here in the booth tonight. We are not driving. So, cleared up that little bit of a confusion, mostly on my part. We got guys named Jack, Jim, Tommy, Andrew, Keith, all kinds of different names in here, so hard to keep them all straight. Not everybody uses their real name. A lot of times it's just nicknames. So, looks like we got the trucks lined up out on the track now.
User was moved to your channel.
As you can see, trucks are getting lined up again. They might have a little twitching or glitches there to get everybody out there together. Joining us up in the booth is Carson Krenz. He was driving out there earlier today, and it looks like he didn't make the show. There's quite a few drivers that didn't make it because of those heat races, but we're glad you joined us up here, Carson. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. You know, I missed my one spot in that first heat race, and you know, I wish I'd learned. A lot of these guys learned is that, you know, the bottom line is the place to be. There ain't no doubt about that. Everyone's thinking it might be the top, but it's going to be the bottom line.
Oh, there you go. See, we've been arguing about that up here all day so far because we're thinking the top's going to be faster, and it's surprising you're telling us the bottom. That's good to know because I think that's going to lead to some too wide racing, obviously.
Well, you know, you got some bumps there coming out of 3 and 4 and stuff. If you can get underneath those, you're going to be okay.
10-4, I hear that. There you have it, guys. From someone that was just racing in the heat races, he's gotten to know this track well. So Carson, what do you think of this track? I mean, this is the first time anybody has seen this. It is an SBP track, and we all know, you know, how great those tracks usually are. But this is a dirt track coming out of SBP. What are your thoughts and feelings on it so far?
You know, I got to tell you, I say the bottom's the way to go, but I tell you what, you got some quality racers in this race, and they might figure out some different ways to get through it here in 200 laps. I mean, it's such a brand new track. I mean, you know, you run some laps and it becomes obvious what might be the way to go, but you know, these are some quality racers in here that run a lot of dirt tracks, and they might figure out a different way to do it after 100 laps or so.
The common denominator that I'm seeing, Rich, you know, and Carson, I think, just hit on it. It's just a lot of the ones that aren't used to the dirt seem to find their way, I guess, around on the bottom. But these veterans of the dirt, I guess, seem to find it towards the middle and the high line. So it's it's going to be really interesting to see, I guess, if some of these guys that aren't quite so used to the dirt, if they, figure out a way, I guess, to make that work just like the veterans do.
Yeah, most definitely. So we've got some trucks lining back up out on the track. It looks like things are getting ready to get going here. And just as I say that, they flip over to race. So we should be seeing trucks line up for the grid now.
But I'll tell you, you got a superb field of racers in here tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Carson. This is the diversity of this field. You've got some veterans, you've got some regulars on the dirt, you got some that have done a little bit of dirt, but not quite as much, and you got some that have never seen the dirt before.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite interesting once they get these cars lined up. And I'm with J-Rock earlier. We were talking about we just couldn't figure out what to watch or what we thought we were going to see, whether it's going to be the high side, the bottom side, or who might run away with this thing. And 200 laps, I just don't think anybody can tell at this point. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we see who's really going to shine here, I think.
Right, and when you're practicing, you're kind of alone, and as the race progresses, I think it's going to evolve. I mean, this is going to evolve 50 laps, 50 laps, 50 laps,
All right, here we go. So the cars are lined up. They're going through turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Pace truck is off the track, and they now have the green flag. We are underway for 200 laps at Eldora.
It's been a long time coming, but this is going to be a blast.
Oh, it looks like the leaders are round. I think we're going to be going under caution. And we are under caution. Leader spun it around coming out of turn 2. Don't know if he was hit or not. But it looks like the leader spun and maybe a car or two after him spun also. So it's that oversteering, I'll bet, on that bottom side, because it's easy to do from what I was seeing out there earlier. Carson, do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You get on the bottom, you hit that little bit of black. It kind of can help you at the end of the turn, coming out of 3 and 4. But if you hit it a little bit early, you're done.
Yeah, I know I ran some laps out there earlier, before we started broadcasting. And that's something I noticed right away. If I ran the high side, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I could still oversteer it a little bit, but if I ran the bottom, I really had to watch oversteering it because it was a lot easier.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I mean, as guys get used to running this configuration here, this can be one of the finest tracks there is. I mean, it's beautiful.
Well, we aim to please. There, Kirsten.
Yeah, I know you do.
I was just watching over this thing here because sometimes these guys tend to go restart here, I guess, when they don't get a lap in under green. But it looks like they're going to keep the field set there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run it out.
It's not like Matt to make a mistake like that early on.
Yeah, that's the wrong time. They need to settle down a little bit and get calm and find their rhythm and all. Right now, we're looking at the 62. I believe that's Raz Davis Jr. on the point, followed by the number 60. We got a fan out there watching the 60, I believe.
I'll tell you what, that 60 truck's going to be tough tonight. It's going to be very tough to beat.
Stevie Minson's running the 60.
That's correct. That number 62 truck there, I think that's Daniel Gillis.
Oh, that's right, Daniel Gillis, not Raz Davis. Raz is in 88, I'm sorry.
The 88 is right there too. He's running third.
Yeah, and coming in from the Long Haul Award, 4th place sitting right now is 68 of Tommy Patton. He's pretty dangerous on dirt at times too, as long as he keeps his nose clean. Pace car's in. We are getting ready to go underway. Green flag racing. They're diving off into turn 1. The 62 takes the lead, followed by the 60, the 88, and the 68 is your top 4. Looks like everybody's calming down a little bit. Everybody's trying to find their groove, stay off of each other. Looks like fastest lap right now. Look at that. The number 12. 15.9. Yeah, he's fast. Looks like we're back under caution again. Not sure what caused that one.
I see the number 13 truck was involved.
Looks like these guys need to calm down and miss that bump, come out of 3 and 4, and stay under those bumps.
Yeah, it looks like this is the 13 truck. He spun around the bottom of the turn there. He tried to stay out of the way, and this couple of trucks tried to wall up, and no one's fault there. Just a little spin there by the 13.
Yeah, you know, these guys are living excited. It's a new world to them out here.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Rich and I was talking about that. It's like, I think these guys, with all the hype of this event, whatever, I think they still got a little butterflies in their stomach, and I think they'll get that all worked out.
Oh yeah, you give this crowd 50 laps, these guys can have this track wired for pretty close to it anyway.
10-4. J-Rock, you want to see if you can't get the number 13 on the radio real quick? See what happened down there?
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, we got J-Rock up here in the booth here in the number 13 truck. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4. How are you doing, Jared?
Hey, bud. We saw you got a little loose there up on the bottom. Is everything working all right on that truck?
Yeah, I got a little overexcited, that's all. I got 189 laps to try and recover.
10-4, buddy. Well, we're just glad to see everything's all right. You're back up on the track, and is that bottom working for you? You're gonna try and change your line a little.
Now that bottom's a great place to be. You just gotta stay off that dark stuff, and they'll spin you right around.
That's a 10-4. Well, we'll let you get back to work there. Good luck to you.
10-4. Thank you, Jared.
User was moved out of your channel.
There you have it. Getting excited. I think we're going to hear that a lot from these drivers until things calm down, they get spread out, and realize they still got 150 plus laps to go.
Tell you what I learned is if you can catch that black underneath the bump at the end of the turns, it don't hurt you too much. But man, you hit it in the middle of the turn, it just sends you.
Pace car is in. 62's coming out of turn 4.
See, I didn't initially think the field that that bottom was going to be anywhere. You want to be anywhere around that thing, but some of these drivers are finding that to be their comfort zone.
Yeah, as we watch all of them dive off into turn 1, coming out of turn 2, it looks like they're pretty much staying single file line. It looks like maybe the 60's looking under the 62, but he doesn't get enough on him. They all seem to be trying to run the middle of the line and come out low, it looks like.
Yeah, that's about it, too.
Boy, going into turn 3, it looks like that 60 really wants it, but he comes out high on the 62 coming out of 4. It just can't get enough run to get it around him.
I think you'll figure it out here eventually. You'll just follow his line and probably start to mimic that 62, and you'll catch up to him.
If you can catch that black right at the end of the turn, it doesn't hurt. It kind of pulls you down a little bit.
So we are back under caution. Looks like we lost a driver already. The number 89 is out.
It looks, I was just looking to see, it looks like 101, gotta get a little wild going into the turn here behind the 000. That spun around here, I think that's what brought the caution on.
Before I hear that, it looks like Jack has retired out of the race. Might have had some mechanical difficulties in the 89. 101 caused our last caution. Let's see if, Carson, you want to see if you can get a hold of the 101, Martin Karch? I'll get him up here for you.
Sure.
User was moved to your channel.
So, Carson, you got Martin on the radio down there.
Hey, Martin. So where do you think you want to run on this track? I mean, it's got a lot of character, and you know, I mean, down low's good. Up top can work. You know, what do you think? I mean, the more laps you run, the different places you're going to be able to figure out, or what?
You guys come in.
You got me, Mark?
Yeah, I can't hear you guys.
All right, we'll let him get back to racing. Having some radio difficulties down there. We'll see if we can't touch base with Martin a little bit later.
User was moved out of your channel.
He might be having some difficulties, not only with his radio, but with his truck. We'll just have to keep our eye on him, see how he does a little bit later.
I'll tell you, this track takes the ultimate concentration. It really does. And especially when these guys have not run this configuration before. They're all searching. They're searching, you know.
I hear that. So the lights are out on the pace truck. Should be diving in here in turn 3. They're going into 3 now, coming off of 4. They should put it to the pedal. And here we are. The 62 takes the green flag. Watching them go into turn 1. We're still looking at the 62 and the 60 up front. Followed by the number 12, 88, and 68 is your top 5. It's that fast track of Chris Peugeot. We saw him earlier in practice with very quickly consistent laps. I think he's going to get up there in some clean air and cause some havoc. And we're under caution again. Looks like we got a truck coming into pits.
I'm just looking at going back in the field here. Looks like there was a little bunch up, I guess, with the 5. He tried to go down low. It's got a little bunched up there.
And the 60 of Stevie Menson's pulled it into the pits. Looks like he's going to take right side tires. Going to take left side tires. Probably put 2 cans of fuel in there and get this thing back out there on the track.
Yeah, I'll tell you, probably not going to burn those tires off. Pull them down a little bit, and if you got a little bit of damage, get that fixed, and you have a long way to go here.
Looks like the 15 may have came down through pits also. 15 was our caution, right?
No, I think it was what caused that caution. I think the 101 got into the back of the number 5 truck, the Stonewall.
10-4. So we're riding around Eldora under caution right now. 62's up front. Moved up into the 2nd position due to the 60 pulling off into the pits. We're looking at the number 12 now in 2nd place, so Chris Peugeot. 88 of Raz Davis Jr. sitting in 3rd. 4th, Tommy Patton, number 68. 5th, Dean Woodward of 43, and there's our top 5 drivers right now.
Yeah, I think it was just the 101 truck and the number 5. I think they were fighting for the same real estate there, and I think somebody had to give.
Tell you what, with this group of guys here, you give them a few laps, they're going to figure this track out. We're going to see actual racers.
You know, we were talking about that too, Rich and I, about how much we'd like to see all 21 of these drivers just go the whole 200 laps, but realistically, as far as what we see traditionally in these types of races like that, a lot of times you get four or five vehicles that tend to fall out. So hopefully that's not the case, but time will tell.
Here we go. Pace trucks off into pit road. They're coming through turn 4. They're going to be taking the green flag now.
It's all coming. This race is coming to it.
And we are back underway. Looks like we have a battle for 5th place right now. The number 0, Matt Hatfield's challenging the 43 of Dean Woodward. Looks like Hatfield might have lost some momentum, and we're back under caution again.
Yeah, that was another incident with the 101 there. Yeah, it looks like between the 21 and the 101, same deal as before. Just fight for the same amount of real estate.
I hear that. Let's see if we can't check in with our leader, see how he's doing up front there.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Daniel, got Rich and J-Rock and Carson up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Must be good to see clean air, man. How's it going out there?
Oh, it's better to be up front for sure.
I hear that. How you feeling about this new track?
Oh, it's real nice. Just you got to be careful entering turn 1, and there's a bump there, and it will upset the truck.
Yeah, Carson was telling us that. Carson ran in a heat race a little bit earlier, and he was filling us in how these bumps really make a difference on where you run on this track. Me and J-Rock were having a discussion early on tonight about, thinking the high side was it. But Carson's all about, hey, if you miss them bumps, the bottom could be it. Just keep your eyes open. And is that pretty much what you're seeing so far?
Yeah, definitely. I try to arc it in a little bit, and I just missed that bump and curled the bottom, and it does much better down there.
10-4, I hear that. So, guys up here in the booth, you got anything for Daniel while he's got clean air?
My one question I got, Daniel, do you think you can hold it up front there, I guess, the rest of these laps?
No, I don't know if I can hold it up here the whole time. I'm going to sure make it tough for him to get by me.
Well, it sure is exciting, I guess, to watch. Have you seen it happen? It's interesting for sure.
Yes, definitely.
All right, Daniel, we'll let you get back to it, buddy. Keep that nose clean, and hope we see you up towards the front at the end of this thing, all right?
10-4.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Pace lights are out.
There you have it. Pace truck's going to pull off the track down in turn 3, and we're going to go back to green flag racing.
Not a big surprise to me, Rich, as far as how many cautions we're seeing so far. I think it's just everybody trying to feel this track out. And it's like Daniel was saying, I think he's pretty much found where he's got to run.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, it takes a little bit here. And I think these guys are we're going to get into a long green here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've raced with many of these guys, and it looks like we're back under caution again. Many of these guys, and sometimes when these cautions keep happening, they get so frustrated, and one of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to start seeing them calm down, or we're going to start seeing them race harder to get away from everything and open this field up a little bit more. And I think once one of those two things happen, I think we're going to see a lot of green flag laps then.
Yeah, it looks like just the number 3.
I think what you're going to end up with is you're going to have some guys in the back start saying, you know what, if we just run some conservative laps here, we're going to pick up some positions because, there's a lot of guys running just a little bit too hard, being a little too aggressive. But I got to say, the second half of this race, these guys are going to beat this track out.
So we got a question in the crowd. Does the camera move forward? So basically the way that the cameras work in the game is they're all pretty much fixed to do certain things. So there's several different camera angles, and each camera does certain things, whether it follows a car or is a fixed view camera. And what we do as broadcasters is we basically cycle through the cameras trying to get the views that we're looking for depending on what's going on the track. So hopefully that answers that text message question, and everybody gets to learn something new every day.
See, like the
question, there's an art to that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not that really that hard, I guess, to manufacture some decent camera files. But like some of your fixed cameras are going to be like our the pit road cams, the pit action. Those are pretty much stationary. They stay in one spot. But the other TV cameras, they tend to either follow a particular truck around the track, or they'll stay in one spot and just follow it around the track. So there's some flexibility, I guess, in what we can do. I think can be changed pretty easily, but it's not like on the fly. I guess if that's probably another good point to make, that pretty much what we got here to work with right now is what we have. In fact, I think we got a good view from out of the booth here, don't we, Rich?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go green flag racing right now. I had a actual question for us, is if we could give them a top 10 rundown with names.
That'd be a good thing.
We are actually back green flag racing right now, but as you can see on the right side of your screen, a lot of our drivers run with either league nicknames or their own initials and names. So we can try to get that word out to you. So running right now in first place is the 62 of Daniel Gillis. Second place 12 Chris Peugeot. Third place 88 Raz Davis Jr. Fourth place the 68 of Tommy Patton. Fifth place currently is the number 43 of Dean Woodward. Sixth place currently the number 0 Matt Hatfield. 59 is currently sitting in 7th place. That's Sean Strama. 000 sitting in 8th place right now is Buzz Barfield. And it looks like we're back under caution again.
But I have to tell you, I've raced with TWA this past year or so, and those names he just named are some of the best dirt racers I've ever come across. These guys, some of them just run dirt. They don't run asphalt. They just are incredible dirt racers.
Oh, most definitely. And I myself, I know I've raced with you before also, Carson, through TDR or TWA, but many of these dirt guys you're talking about, I've raced plenty of dirt races with them, and they're every bit of competitor as you would ever hope you would be yourself. They just love this stuff, and they put everything they've got into it. There's just no holding back.
Right, I agree. And I've caught a few of them on asphalt where I've been able to beat their butt. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to dirt, these guys, that's what they do. This is what these guys do.
Exactly. And just like what you're talking about is some of these guys on, not necessarily this track because it's new tonight, but a lot of the dirt tracks that they run, they've got thousands of laps on them because they've been doing this for years. And when there's a big event coming up, they run that track. They get to know every bump, crack, and crevice of that track. And they find where they're fast. And it doesn't get much more competitive than that.
Correct. And, when they come back to this track, the more they run, like you said, thousands of laps, Rich, thousands of laps, and it's amazing. I come in, I run really fast laps, and I'm 3/10 down. And I'm like, how do they freaking do it? Unbelievable.
Yeah, we just switched over our counter. Looks like we're on lap 49 at 200 right now, but our fastest lap right now is actually by our race leader, 62. He's run a 15.838. It's not much different than what they were running in practice. As a matter of fact, practice was another tenth or two faster. So, you know, what we talked about earlier, once they get in the crowd, that's going to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think once guys settle down a little bit, he's gonna have a challenge on his hands. He's definitely gonna have a challenge.
It's like the pace truck is in.
And we're back green flag racing. We're going to sit up here in the booth and watch an overview a little bit, see if we can see any other action going on back in the field instead of just hanging out with the leaders. Not too much motion. Looks like the front four cars are getting some car lengths on them. The 12 gets a little loose. 68's turn?
Yeah, looks like a caution out.
That'll put us under caution. That was a 68?
Yeah, it's 10-4.
I gotta say, you know, I mean, there was a lot of guys around the bottom there, but there's a couple guys that are running the top, it looks like, that we're actually making up a little bit of time.
10-4, I hear that. J-Rock, you want to see if you can get number 68, Tommy Patton, on radio? I'll get him up here.
Yeah, let's see if he's...
I don't think I heard it.
Tommy Patton, 68 truck. Got J-Rock here up in the booth. How we doing, bud?
Doing good.
So you got a little spun around there, going the wrong direction there. Is everything good with the truck?
Yeah, I was looking to the right when I should have been looking to the left. Got it into that loose stuff.
Yeah, that'll do it to you. Well, I think the truck's still all right there. Is it fixable?
Oh yeah, I didn't hit anything.
That's good. Hey, where are you finding, I guess, the best line to run on this deal?
Well, it's a little tight from the middle up, but it's a little loose down. I say the middle lane's pretty good.
10-4 on that. Well, so you're getting service on your vehicle right now, so when they get the kinks worked out of that, you can get back out there and run you some more laps, get up front.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to go lap down here.
I'll let you get back to work there, buddy. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
So there you have it.
He's finding that middle groove. Seems to be comfortable. He's like, you can get loose going down in the bottom there, but...
So pace lights are off on the truck. We are going to make one more lap around. We'll be taking the green next time out of 4. Our race leader still the number 62.
I like how you emphasize that. Still.
Hey, he's keeping it up there for a while. It's good to be in clean air. You know, a lot less likely to get in trouble and get some damage put on your truck. Coming out of 4, and we got the green flag. We're back underway.
It's like these different drivers are finding their way around. I guess they're feeling their way here.
Yeah, and we're hanging out at the back of the field or towards the back of the field, see if anything is going on back there. Looks like we had a car around out of 2 facing the wrong way. I'm not sure if that's going to put us under caution. And we are under caution.
It is difficult. I mean, when you run the bottom, you get a run, the guy gets in the middle of the turn and kind of lose it a little bit. It causes you to react to that guy, and you know, it's hard. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, and the funny thing I noticed, or the most noticeable thing I noticed when I was out on the track earlier today, when I came out of turn 4, I was turning more to the right, even though the truck felt like it was going straight. It was just amazing. And if I held the wheel straight or tried to turn, left into the corner or left out of the corner, it just immediately went around. So you really got to drive out of the corner.
Right. Yeah, you're doing some wheel swapping there. I mean, you're like I said, if you get underneath that bump a little bit, you can come out and stay right on the gas. But I'll tell you, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. And these guys will find it. Because I'll tell you what, these guys are the most quality dirt racers I've ever raced with are on this server right now.
Yeah, I don't doubt you at all, Carson. I've seen them run. I've raced with them. These guys are top notch for sure.
Seen the number 68 truck coming back in for some service, and might have not gotten all the kinks worked out in that last spin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not including me in that. I'm saying these guys that are TWA, TRD guys are just unbelievable.
So
we got a question, Rich, here in the chat room there. We want to know the numbers Minson, that's the number 60 truck?
Yeah, number 60 is Stevie Minson, and he's currently sitting in 7th place right now, running down on the apron. He, I don't know, might be conserving fuel, might have a low tire. Not sure what he's going to do. We'll see if he goes down in the pits this time, or maybe he's just trying to conserve fuel. We'll have to check in with him a little bit later, see why he's down there. Looks like he pulled it back up in line, but there you have it. The number 60 is currently sitting at 7th spot, Stevie Mincer.
He's been there for quite some time there, too.
For Minson, we're back under green.
I'll tell you, I've raced a lot with Stevie Minson. He's a quality racer, and these guys are going to have a ton. They're going to deal with him in the end.
Oh, we thought that earlier. I mean, at the beginning of the race, he was right up front. He was challenging the 62 for a while, and, if he wouldn't have been the first car to pit, he probably would still be up there, but he decided to pit early. Oh, we got two around.
Oh, goodness.
Very. Boy.
The whole backstretch is a parking lot. Looks like 4 cars still back there getting turned around. Stevie may have got through there with no damage. I know he was right there at that same area.
I've had some problems with Stevie and other, we've raced some other stuff together, but I'll tell you what, he is a talented racer.
Well, and what most people don't understand is when you're out here and things get this intense and you're sawing that wheel as much as you're sawing it, it's a lot of work, and you don't think about being the nice guy quite as much as you think you want to be. And sometimes the aggressive and the competitiveness takes over even though they don't mean to. And the nice thing is I think a lot of the drivers here get that. So it really doesn't boil into nothing, but it does happen.
Right. You think you got to get it done right now. But I'll tell you what, a guy back there like Sean M., these guys are just waiting and waiting, and they could all benefit them just sitting back there just waiting.
Yeah, it looks like that last caution, just looking back at the footage there again, Rich, looks like the number 12, Chris Peugeot, has got her spun around and kind of blockaded everybody there. I don't think all the trucks would get woed up enough, whatever, to stay up out of his way.
Well, let's see if we can go back and look at that. here we are watching the replay. It looks like 12 goes into 3. Comes out at 4-0 and right in the middle of 4. Makes contact with the 21 of Kelly Horner. Collects the 69. The 60 tail slaps the Wagner or Wrangler's truck. Doesn't look like too many people hit too much too hard. Kelly might have got the worst by hitting the wall up there.
Yeah, it was kind of a whirling dervish there.
Yeah, we're back live, still under caution. But that was pretty much what happened. Looked like a solo spin and a couple trucks making contact, and it just kind of bottled the whole field up right there for a minute.
Well, I'll tell you what, at some point, someone's got to deal with that 62 car. I mean, he's out there just in clean air, just doing his business. You know, there's got to be some guys back in the field that think if I can get up there, I can race this guy.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm showing the 62 right now. I guess if our running order's right, I must have come into pits there. He's running 14th.
Yeah, it looks like probably with that caution might have been some pit stops. We got a new race leader, the number 43 of Dean Woodward's, being challenged very closely right now by the 0, Matt Hatfield. Looks like Matt's going to take the inside. I don't know if he's got enough to get around him. They come out of 4, and Matt takes it.
I mean, if he can get out front, he already had his pit stop. He's a tough guy.
And Dean's going to settle back in for second place for a little while. Matt Hatfield takes over the lead.
Took under caution again.
And we are. Anybody keep track of cautions?
I don't know, but we got to be at 11 or something.
It's a few.
It's tough, you know. I mean, you go out there and run alone and practice, and you can figure out, okay, I need to miss that bump, and I need to do this and that. But man, you get out there side by side, it's a whole different world.
You forget about the bumps and worry about the truck sitting next to you, right?
Yeah, and then it slings you sideways, and you go, oh my Lord, I remember that bump in practice, but I sure didn't remember it right now.
Right. Looks like we got some 4 or 5 trucks taking pit stops right now. Not a lot of tire wear involved here, but there's definitely fuel issues. They're what did we figure earlier? They're going to run about 50 to 57 laps somewhere in there on the tank of fuel.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that range there, Rich.
Maybe where Matt needs to, you know, he had that early pit stop, and he might need to consider doing it again. But I can tell you, there's a few guys out there that are absolute pit gas experts, and they're going to figure this out.
Oh, most definitely. I've seen many a times where, you know, before the race is halfway done, Matt Hatfield knows exactly when his last pit stop's going to be.
Yeah. But when he's leading, he can kind of protect his thing, because you got a guy back there like, you know, the 15 car, Sean M. You got 60 back there. These guys, they just have a different mindset, you know. Matt loves to be out there out front. You know, he's getting some air time and all that stuff, you know.
I just happened to look back down in our chat box there in our live broadcast page there, Rich, and you got user by the name of Justice there wants letting old Stevie in the 60 truck or whatever, let him know that he's watching.
I'll tell you, he's got a lot of fans. Mimpson's a fast.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we need to let Stevie know Derek Justice is watching. Looks like we're getting ready to go green again. It looks like Dean Woodward's back up on the front, and we're underway.
Derek Justice is one of his proteges.
All right, next time we get a hold of Stevie, we're going to have to let him know them fast boys are watching along with Derek Justice.
Oh.
Got another one?
Yeah, we got another. That was
Get
nice.
Vincent on. Vincent's always a good. He's always a good interview. That guy.
Yeah, and evidently he's pulling a fan base.
Looks like the 15 truck is Sean. Not sure if it was, it was the truck ahead of him.
Might have been on 13 cars.
Yeah. He got sideways.
Is speed.
Yeah, you got tagged, got spun around, and yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I think Stevie is texting while he's driving. He is pulling a fan base on our chat box right now.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
I think we need to get a hold of him. Hold on, let's pull him up here.
He's been an announcer. He's been a track. Yeah, he's a good guy.
User was moved to your channel.
All right, Stevie, it's Rich up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're doing, man, but if you're texting while you're driving, you better cut it out. You're getting a huge fan base in our chat box. I got somebody here called Derek Justice wants to give you a shout out. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, his teammate I run in some other leagues.
How about Eric Webler?
I don't know him.
From Racer's Garage, he says.
He's lying.
He said he's lying. They want me to let you know them fast boys is watching you. You better watch out.
10-4, I know who them boys are.
I hear that, buddy. You're pulling a crowd. They're rooting for you. They're telling you to pull it up in there. Get back up in the front and start making these boys work for it. Somebody's going to have to get up there and challenge that 62. He was running away with it earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of the strategy race, so I think it's going to come down to fuel mileage. Tire wear ain't much here, so I'm trying to play the fuel game. I just hope I play it right here.
10-4. Looks like you're sitting third place right now.
He's giving you some shout outs here, man. I'm watching your ad.
All right, you better watch that Jackson up there too. You know he's a fast dirt racer. All right, Stevie, we'll let you get back to it, buddy. Just wanting you to know that you got a big fan base running. Good luck, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
As they take the green flag.
Exactly. I didn't want to interrupt him too much. I know he's working hard out there, but his fans are going crazy for him.
Got the third spot, trying to get second from the 000.
I'll tell you, he's a talented guy. He's questionable in a couple of areas, but he's fast.
Got our eye on Stevie right now, sitting in third spot.
Well, he took that third spot. He's got the second spot. He's going for that top spot now.
Oh, yeah, he's in second now.
Oh, we got a truck around.
It looks like that's going to bring out the caution. What we got in that time?
That was a 59. Sean, that's on Sean Strom.
Sean Strom, let's see if we can get him up here and see what's going on with him.
User was moved. I think it was me. I'm going to go ahead and retire. Shit's blinking all around me and everything, so I'll take it and I'll retire.
Hey, Sean, we just moved you up to the booth, buddy. They can't hear you. This is Rich up in the booth with J-Rock and Carson. How's it going, man? Sean, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do. How are you guys tonight?
All right, all right. How's that truck doing?
Well, it was doing okay, and I've had something go wrong in the engine, I guess. It just died on me all of a sudden, so it looks like I'll be watching the rest of this one from the pit area.
Oh, no, that's not good. The engine just let go on you?
Yep, just like that, just kaboom. I mean, I'm cruising around and just, that was it.
That's part of them random gotchas. It got you, evidently.
Yeah, it's our first time on dirt with one of these things, and we're not 100% sure on radiators and tape and different things like that. So kind of rolling the dice and taking a chance, trying to make the truck a little bit better. And it snuck up and bit us a little bit, but had a real good time and learned a lot of stuff. And hope we get to do some more of these dirt races. It was a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. At least you had a good time while you were out here. That's all that matters, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. Y'all have a good rest of the race.
All right, 10-4, buddy. Good luck. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you have it. We had a discussion earlier about that, them random breakings and all that stuff, and it looks like our first victim is Sean tonight.
Yeah, that's too bad for him. Whatever. I was gung ho and I'd seen all 21 of these trucks finish. So that's the third truck that we've had to retire due to mechanical or otherwise. We still got 17 trucks out on the track.
And here we are, green flag racing. Lo and behold, the number 5, Jim Jackson, is our pole sitter or our front runner right now.
He's got that number 60 truck on his bumper.
JJ?
Oh, we're under caution again. Oh, I was going to say, where does Stevie go? He likes riding down there on that apron, don't he?
He might have figured something out, I guess, with the fuel.
Yeah, under the caution, he just runs right down there on the apron.
Well, you want to keep your truck clean.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
You know what? You're gonna win this race. You gotta beat the 60 truck. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Jackson's taking her in the pits. Maybe playing a little bit of fuel strategy here.
Well, we're coming up in the last 100 to go, so this will be. I'm not sure if he had come in already, but this will probably be his second stop.
Well, Stevie fans out there, if he does not pit, that means we're going to take the green flag. Stevie will be sitting up front.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not a Stevie fan. I'm a Stevie boat. But I'll tell you what. You want to beat that guy? You're going to have to beat him.
Ain't nothing wrong with a competitive racer. That's what makes everybody better.
He is a very talented racer right there.
Looks like somebody just snuck out of the pits right in front of the pace car. That's going to prevent them from going an extra lap down. Pace lights are out on the pace truck.
But if anyone wants to know, he will not pit the rest of this race.
Oh, I thought the lights were out. Pace truck's staying out.
Gummy Stogger. You got that number 60 truck on the point.
And there he is down on that apron again. He likes that apron. I think we're going to have to talk to Stevie why he likes the apron under caution.
I think he's playing some fuel strategy.
You never know.
This track doesn't have a whole lot of banking on it, but I think maybe he's thinking that if he's up on the high side there, he's going to spill too much fuel out.
So we're looking at Stevie coming out of turn 4. He's going to take the green flag, and we are back underway. Stevie gets a good jump on Buzz going into 1 and 2. And he's got a bunch of car lengths on the field.
He's got that clean air.
he is flexing his muscles. Look at the top 3 cars are just spread out now.
Almost a second. First and second.
You know, this is driving his fans nuts. He is pulling away from these guys.
I've raced with Stevie for a number of years now, and I gotta say, he's one of the most talented racers I've ever seen.
We are back under caution again here at Eldora Speedway, sitting on lap 105 of a big 200-lap race. Looks like Stevie's taking it in the pits, probably going to get some more fuel, see if... probably going to have to stop one more time. I think we're only hitting 55, 57 laps in a full tank.
I think the way these caution laps are falling there, it's just... I think it's throwing a curveball. It's like, do I stop or do I go? It's like, I think they're getting into their mind, possibly, that there's going to be another caution.
Yeah, and you do that, especially in dirt racing, because, you know, you do get a lot of times a lot more cautions than you would the paved tracks, because, you know, you're driving these cars half the lap sideways, so it's not unlike a lot of drivers to get these things sideways and overdo it, you know. Well, that's going to change up our leader. It's going to put the 000 up front, and look who's in second place. The number 62 is moving his way back up there.
Just being patient.
That's what it's all about. Be patient, keep your nose clean, try to run your line. And you know, I think that's what Stevie was doing that was helping him so much pull away from everybody, is he immediately got right back in his groove. And there was no looking back. I mean, you know, a lot of times it takes a driver a lap or two to find that rhythm again, and it looked like he just found it right from the get-go.
Well, I gotta tell you guys, I think it's about time for these guys to get to figure this track out. And I think we're about ready for a long green race right in.
Well, it's like I was talking about before. It's like we had a field of 21 trucks, and it has kind of dwindled itself out. It's taken the traditional pace. You know, traditionally I always say, you know, a few trucks fall out. Here we are. We got 16 trucks left on the track. Plenty, I guess, honored to take this event, but it's...
Well, you know, it's kind of where I was kind of upset is that I had a truck that I could run really fast laps, lap after lap, but I could not qualify well, and I couldn't run those short runs well. So you got a bunch of trucks out here that can run really fast laps. They need to figure out...
We're back green flag racing, guys.
They need to run good, clean laps, lap after lap.
Buzz is giving that 62 trucker a run for his money. Get him to him that easy.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that 62 is ready to back down yet. Remember, he led a lot of laps in the beginning of this race. We're back under caution again.
But I'll tell you, this like that truck 60, that pitted, this just makes it work out for him. The close, you know, he passed a couple of trucks, and now he's closer to the leader.
So while we're under caution, let's go ahead and do us a rundown on our top 10 drivers right now. Sitting in first place is the 000 of Buzz Barfield. Second place, we're looking at the 62 of Daniel Gillis. Third place currently, the number 0 of Matt Hatfield. Currently sitting in fourth place, the number 88, Raz Davis Jr. Fifth place, we're looking at TDR Speed. Currently sitting in 6th place. Going to be Martin Karch. 7th place, the number 43 of Dean Woodward. 8th place currently, the number 12 of Chris Peugeot. Currently sitting in 9th place, the number 015 of Sean M., otherwise known as Optimus Prime. And pulling in our 10th spot, the number 11 of Keith McGill, also known as CyberX. And that, race fans, is your top 10.
No, Rich, I believe this race is going just about what I figured it was going to be. As far as, like I was saying, started off with the field that we did with the 21 trucks, and now we're down to this last 16 that are out here, and I'm thinking this is probably going to be where it's going to stay to the end. I mean, not positions-wise, but I mean as far as how many trucks we'll have left to finish this thing out.
I hear that. Pace car is off the track. They're going through turn 3, coming out of turn 4. They should get the green flag any moment. And we are back underway as the 000 dives off into turn 1. And the 62 does not want to be in second place anymore. He is looking below the 000.
Oh, he's got that line. He's making that low side work.
And they're side by side. They tap. Oh, the 000 goes around. 62 goes up and hits the wall in turn 1.
Oh, Lord.
Good grief.
And that should have put us under a caution. His way out on the track. I think that's one of them things, they come off of turn 4 and they're side by side and they're both getting squirrely trying to settle down and drive out of that corner, and it's just hard to stay off each other when you're like that.
Hey guys, I know I'm here as a guest, but I don't know how much commentary you want from me, but I'm watching this race and I can't help it.
No, go ahead. You're up here in the booth with us, buddy. Have at it.
I'll tell you. I think we're heading toward the best last 50 laps we've seen online in a long time.
Well, you got to remember too. I guess this is a points event. This is not an all bars, none type of thing. I mean,
but honestly, I got to tell you, I don't think there's a guy here worried about points. I think these guys want to win this race.
I think that's probably pretty true too. I'm kind of tongue-tied there a little bit, but it's like I can't help but think whatever. Because I know Daniel there. I think he's kind of up there in the points as far as I can remember. So he's a competitor. It's like I think it's kind of going both ways. Going both ways.
Sick when it comes to that.
Yeah, right now we're looking at the points leader in this series is Matt Hatfield, followed by Joey DeMann, Jeff Bond, Sean M., and Dean Woodward, your top 5 in points in this series.
I'll tell you what, personally, after running this track, I would love to see a Saturday night weekly series at this track. I really would. I would like to see someone do a Saturday night weekly series at Eldora every week.
That's kind of what they do, I guess, at the real track there too. It's like I had gotten asked before in the chat there, the live broadcast page, and it's like, if this track ever gets out there to the public, where there'll be both versions of the track as far as the night and the day.
Right. I hate to beleaguer the point, but you give these guys, lap after lap after you're going to just see nothing but better and better and better racing. But right now, I think everyone just wants to win this race. I mean, this is the premier race at Eldora. They all want to win it.
Most definitely. Pace car's in. We're coming off of 4. We've got the green flag.
Matt Hatfield on the point.
And Matt takes it into turn 1 in the lead, followed by the 88 of Raz Davis Jr. and the 101 of Martin Karch. And Matt's running that middle line through the corners, and he comes out strong out of turn 4.
Almost got at least a 2-3 truck lead on them.
Oh, we got one that was slow on down low. Might have spun it. They're still running. We're still under green flag.
I'm just looking at the stats here again, Rich, and it looks like number 5 truck is Stonewall Jackson is retired.
Yeah, I noticed that during that last caution. I was looking back at who's here, and shocking, Jackson's out already.
I don't know if it was mechanical or.
Yeah, that's a top competitor.
Oh, we got a caution. Pace truck is out.
So while we're under caution, J-Rock, just for all the fans that are watching still, a live event at Eldora, 200 laps on a dirt track with the Camping World Series, spread across 3 different leagues, TDR Racing, TWA Racing, and Dyno Racing. Couple drivers that, latecomers that joined in on this event that made the cut. We did have 2 heat races earlier that some drivers had to qualify to get into the race on. But really, while we're doing this, while we're under caution, J-Rock, if you would, try to give everybody an update on what this track is. Where is this track? What's going on with it? I know this is the first time anybody's ever seen this track, and we've got some watchers out there that seem to be communicating about it, so see if you can fill them in some information.
Well, this track was obviously, how would you say, it was commissioned by TWA here to run this event, since NASCAR, their Camping World Truck Series, had posted this event, whatever that was going to take place. It was a non-points race or whatever. Obviously, it's a little bit different scenario, I guess, with the TWA guys. This being a points race for this one, but the track build was commissioned by the admins of TWA to build this thing, because there wasn't a decent Eldora out there that depicted the track as such an historical track as far as its, everything that's about it. I mean, it's just, even before Tony Stewart had taken control of it, and it's like, taking a look at it and the information that's available for it, I guess, as far as to actually go ahead and build it, it was kind of a no-brainer. It's like, we got to do it.
10-4 or so most people in this NASCAR Racing 2003 season game knows all about SBP, knows who SBP is, but just for anybody that doesn't, J-Rock, one of our announcers here in the booth who was just speaking, is basically SBP. And just to give you guys some more information on that, is he basically built this Eldora track specifically for this event from ground up, from scratch. So this is the first time anyone has ever seen this track tonight. He is working on eventually making a release of it, and like you mentioned earlier, there will be a day and a night version, so exciting times going on in this game right now.
Yeah, if I may say, I've ran 3 Eldoras, and this is the item right now.
User left your channel.
And we just lost J-Rock. He might be checking in with admins here. We're back underway. Raz Davis Jr. in the 88 looks like he's up on the point.
God darn it, Raz.
Raz is followed by Martin in the 101 and the 43 of Dean Woodward. Looks like Martin is getting a little hungry, looking down low. Lost a little bit of momentum going through 1.
And as I mentioned earlier, I think as the race goes on, certain guys are going to figure out different ways around this track, and that's what we're looking at right now.
Oh, definitely. Raz got a little loose out of 4 and just lost major ground. Turned the lead over to Martin. but it looks like he is regrouped and he's back on him.
Mark more close, and he's figuring it out. And
exactly.
Yeah, this is a beautiful racetrack. This is just beautiful.
Got a question from the fans.
I was just looking to find out about that there, Rich. Just looking in the lineup there.
Are they asking why Carson Krentz isn't in the race and why he's not leading this thing at this time?
Ah, you're funny, Carson. No, what happened to 60? Where's Stevie at? We got a big fan base here for Stevie.
I don't think Stevie's done, is he? I gotta tell you, I don't think he's done yet.
Oh, it's showing Stevie got ejected. We don't know what happened there. We're going to have to see if we can get an after-race report to see what happened to Stevie.
Yeah, that could be a very technical issue.
Yeah, interesting. We'll have to see. We can find something out after the race report and find out what happened there, but that's a shame.
Like I said, he's as fast as anyone I've ever raced with in my life.
Yeah, so all you race fans out there for the number 60 of Stevie Minson, we don't know exactly what happened. The game right now is showing that he was ejected. We don't know what for. We're not actually down there in their race channel with them to get the details, but we will definitely check in on that at the after race report and find out what happened there. So our current race leader looks like the number 43 of Dean Woodward now.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
So with that in mind, let's go and take a short break before we go to the conclusion of this race. We're sitting on lap 143 of 200 right now. We'll go to a commercial break and we'll be right back, hopefully to wrap up the last 57 laps. So we're back live at Eldora Speedway. We just witnessed the 2014 Stingray Corvette. One of our major sponsors here tonight is Stingray Chevrolet in Plant City, Florida. Thanks for having them on board. Back underway. 43 is still sitting in the top spot. Looks like he's pulling up on a possible lap down car. Might get interesting. We start getting some lap traffic here. Looks like there's a battle for second place. The 13th and the 15th are going at it. Looks like the 13th might have got it, but he's being chased by 62 also. 62 gets around the 15. now it looks like the 101 is looking at the inside of the 015. It doesn't look like that top row is working for him, guys. A little bit of contact back there, but they keep it straight.
Looks like you guys starting to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, what's surprising me, I guess, right now is how many drivers have retired. Down to the last 13. I thought for sure the 16 that we had left there, that we're gonna have to talk with Mr. Stonewall, I guess, at the end of this thing here, find out what his deal was.
Yeah, most definitely. I think we're looking at 6 drivers out of 21 have retired now. Looks like we're under caution.
You know, this track has some character to it, some bumps and stuff, and I'll tell you. Yeah, but.
So just some statistics so far, sitting at lap 153 of 200, surprisingly, or not surprisingly I should say, the number 5 of Jim Jackson has had the fastest lap all night with a 15.790, which, you know, we did see some faster laps earlier in practice, so you know, I think they're running a little bit slower in these crowds.
Yeah, to me that doesn't really surprise me too much. I figured, you know, like I said, when you're running by yourself or whatever, you don't have any other trucks to worry about. So it kind of adds a comfort zone of sorts. You know, it's just like you don't have to worry about that. You know, when you've got a crowd.
Well, it gives you the mentality of I am a little bit faster if I run that pristine lap. You know.
Yeah, most definitely.
And
So
it helps you to know that.
So let's see if we can't get another guy a little bit further back in the field. Let's pull up the 21 of Kelly Horner.
User was moved to your channel.
Kelly, Rich, J-Rock, and Carson up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we haven't been watching you too much. You've been kind of quiet, but it looks like you're slowly sneaking up there, sitting in third spot right now. How's your truck feeling?
It's getting better. I think it's finally working into the track and finally got the bugs out, I guess, I want to say. Sure would be nice if we had passing points. I think I'd get that honor tonight.
10-4, I hear that. So brand new track, you know, dirt racing and Camping World trucks. It's a different ball game, you know, in the truck series. And are you happy about it, or what do you think about this new track?
Yeah, I really like it. It's a lot better than the last ones we've had. Just gotta get used to it and get with the flow.
But I gotta tell you, Kelly, where are you? I mean, you're usually up front, man. Where you at?
I'm up front.
He's only got a couple cars in front of him right now. They're back under green. We'll let you get back to it, Kelly. Good luck.
Right on.
User was moved out.
I give him a little bit of razz, you know.
Oh, definitely, because you're right. He is usually a front runner.
He loves the dirt. His home is the dirt.
He's horrible on the dirt. I mean, he's just horrible good.
Horrible good, yes.
So we have a caution again.
Been very quiet tonight, but here he comes. Here he comes.
We are back under caution. There is reports from our viewers that Minson's reporting on Facebook that he was ejected because he called out an admin on a jumping the restart. Thanks for being honest, viewer, because that is just one side of the story, so we can't say that that's what happened, but at least we are hearing some reports of something in the middle of the race. But like I said, a little bit later we'll find out what happened and get the side of it. As you guys know, anybody that races in leagues, usually the admins are are the law, and depending on what happens, we only got one side of the story so far, so we can't really make any comments on that. But there had to be a reason. That's bottom line what it boils down to.
Yeah, it takes a lot, especially in TWA here, I guess, for them to be forced to eject somebody. So it had to, once we get the whole story, well, obviously get the whole story before we, jump to any conclusion, I guess, too. There would have had to have been a really good reason, because it's not typical for an admin to be forced to have to do that to the driver.
Yeah, and it's the same thing in all three leagues, basically. TDR does the same thing, TWA does the same thing, Dyno Racing does the same thing. It really boils down to respect. If you really do disrespect somebody else, then this isn't the place for people. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it could be as simple as something as like that. Somebody got fired up, let their temper get the best of them, or, it could have just been a disagreement. We just don't know yet.
And you know what? I've raced with Stevie a lot. He's a very quality racer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and another thing, all of us have raced a lot, and I think the biggest thing that we pull from this is that if you do get kicked, or if you do have a bad night, or if you do get wrecked by somebody else, it doesn't mean anything bad about your character. It's just at that moment situation, and was the best way to handle it due to the situation a lot of times.
Yeah, I think when things get a little heated, I guess, when you're trying to race and keep your mind clear and all that stuff, it's just, it's best, that's what you got. That's why I said I had to have taken something heated, I guess, for one of the TWA admins, I guess, to do that.
Oh, and 62 goes around right in the front. We're back under caution. He was leading the race coming out of 4, and I tell you, that turn 4, it's easy to overdo it, and I think that's what happened to him.
Say, if
His truck seems to be okay, and he just got to spun around.
Something about Stevie, quality racer. That's about all I got to say.
I hear that, Carson. And that's the cool thing is most of the guys here are pretty quality type racers. Everybody respects each other normally.
If you guys discover something,
yeah, so we're under caution on lap 166 and 200.
I would tend to say among the best I've ever raced with, ever. And I've been on this game since 2005. So, yeah.
So it looks like that puts, I'm running the rundown again.
It looks like Martin's going to take the lead.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it is. The 101 of Martin Karch is now our front runner, followed by the 21 of Kelly Horner, the number 12 of Chris Peugeot, the number 58 of Kerry Stallnaker. We haven't heard from him all night tonight, so it looks like he's slowly moving up. And now's a good time. It's getting closer to the end. It might be a good idea to get towards the front at this time. That's currently our top 4. Sitting in 5th place, the 000 of Buzz Barfield, followed by the 13 of TDR Speed, 015 to 015 sitting in 7th place. That's going to be Sean. 88 of Raz Davis Jr. sitting in 8th. And the number 11 sitting in 9th place, that's going to be Keith McGill. Pace lights are out. Trucks pulled off the track. They're going through 3 and 4. We should be going green flag once they come out of 4. And we're underway.
Now I'm not sure if Martin in that truck there, if he's texting I see a chat up in the live broadcast there. Look at that 101.
Yeah, is he texting himself while he's racing? He had a good jump there, that booger. Look at him go. Caution again. Martin's going to come out of turn 4, catch up with the pace car on the front stretch. He has a nice big gap between him and second place.
Well, not anymore, but...
Yeah, but he did. He must have found his groove right off the start. And, you know, that's Kelly Horner in second place. That's not likely someone gets away from him that quick, and he must have had a bobble or something. I think it's getting intense. We're inside 30 to go now. This has been a long race. Is it turning out what you guys thought it would be, or what?
Well, it's a little bit different. You know, I was hoping, I guess I'm going to rephrase that, a lot more trucks would have finished this thing, but
well, you know, J-Rock, one thing that I look at when I look at this 200-lap race is I'm kind of glad I broadcasted tonight instead of race, because 200 laps of dirt racing is an awful lot. We usually don't run that big of a race in dirt racing. It's usually, you know, 100, maybe 120 laps, depending on the track size. And 200 laps of sawing the wheel, I can imagine these guys, they got to be getting worn out.
I know I would. It's making me tired just watching.
I know, right? That 101 Martin card says Kelly was sleeping on the restart. That's why he got such a big jump. I think he is texting and driving.
That's a man. Tell him he can't do two things at once.
Don't look now. That number 12 of Chris Peugeot sitting in third place. You know he's fast also. I think this is going to get really intense. He says he is texting.
I think we got a lot of guys out here that are. I think we got a lot of guys out here that are just waiting and waiting and waiting. I think the winner is going to come from 7th or back.
Really?
It'll be interesting to find out.
Oh, I know it is.
That tells me it's going to get real hairy in the next 10 to 15 laps.
You got some frustrated guys out here, and this is Eldora, big guy. This is Eldora, big guys.
All right, pace trucks off the track. Single file line going through 3. They're going to take the green coming off of 4. And we're back underway. Texting Martin dives off into turn 1. 21 doesn't let him get away this time. Chris Peugeot's right on the back of Kelly, sticking in third spot. Oh, Kelly gets a little loose coming out of 4. Chris gains right up on him. Gives Martin a couple car lengths distance. Looks like Kelly's going to try to gain it back up going into 3.
I think we're about to see the best race we've seen all night.
It looks like we're going to see a pretty intense battle for second place. We got a car around. The 4th place car just spun in turn 2. It should have brought out a caution. And we are now under caution. We got someone going the wrong way on turn 1 there for a moment. Might have been another car spun. So I guess texting and racing can be put down in his bucket list that he's completed, I guess, for Martin Karts.
Yeah, I think the 21 truck there kind of lost a little bit trying to get that caution. He's back up there where he needs to be.
Maybe he was the one that spun in turn 1 after he took the caution. That's why they got him back up there.
Yeah, it was definitely after the caution.
So we are now inside 20 to go. Hey, Martin says, sounds good to me. If that's truly Martin texting and driving, this is quite entertaining. Sir Grinch checks in. Thanks, Sir Grinch, for checking us out and thanking the show. Sir Grinch is one of our racers here, the number 68 of Tommy Patton. We will be sure to check it out for you, Justice. Thank you, sir. So we're looking right now at the 101. Martin Karch is sitting up front, seeing if he can hold on to the lead on these last 17 laps. Of course, looks like we're still going to have at least a couple more laps to go. Nope, caution lights go out on the truck, so he should be ducking in turn 3 this time around. The next time 101 comes off of 4, he should be putting the pedal down. So what do you think, boys? Gonna get crazy in turn 1 and 2?
10-4.
They don't have as many trucks to worry about now.
That's true, but these guys all up front are all competitive contenders. I think this is gonna get real interesting.
Every guy here wants to win this first race at Eldora. There ain't no question.
We're green flag. The top 3 is bumper to bumper. They got a few car lengths on 4th place. They know how important it is to get that clean air. It looks like the 12 goes on the inside of Kelly. He's going to take over 2nd place.
Nice move.
Hold off Horner. Come on. They're not going to let him win this race, are they?
I don't know. I think Chris is hungry. I think he can see light at the end of the tunnel. He is looking at that leader. Looks like Kelly's dropped back just a tad.
Bring him on his way to the top, man.
I told you earlier, J-Rock, Chris had a fast lap all through practice, and he was constantly up on that top position very quickly. I think he's going to be one to watch.
I think all those sessions that we talked about him, he was up at the top every time.
I think he's trying to play in his strategy to pull something over on the 101.
Told you we were going to see a great race to the finish, no matter what we got to this point.
And we are now 10 to go. We're keeping our eye on the top 3. That's where the big battle is right now. Oh, the 101 gets loose. It's going to open up the door for the 12 on the outside, but he takes the outside. I don't know if he's got enough to get around him.
Couldn't get it.
Oh, that was an opportunity miss there, I think.
Oh, sweet.
He is not backing down. Chris is putting pressure on Martin.
He stays right where he's at. He's going to have trouble getting by him.
I think Kelly is getting in. Oh, no!
Oh, 12 gets a little sideways.
Oh, and he turns it sideways right in front of everybody. Everybody's getting around him on the outside. That is some tight, intense racing, guys. You're trying so hard.
Oh!
That's going to put us under caution.
Tell you what, he held them off.
Wow. Now, you know Martin. He's got to be mirror driving right now. I know you can hear us, Martin. Let us know what's going on, buddy. That was intense. There you have it, viewers. Martin texts us back. Oh, God, I feel Chris. I feel for Chris. What a drive. He knew he had his hands full. Them two drivers were going at it for a few laps. That was intense, guys.
Yeah, those top three there with Chris and 12, Kelly Horner at 21, and Wicked Willie in a 101. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tommy, I'm sorry you said that. Martin's not texting back at me yet. I'm sure he will soon, though. Maybe after he gets a breath and relaxes for a minute, because that was intense.
I think he's going to need to clean his shorts.
It looks like we're down to 9 drivers left.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Chris had enough.
Well, I've been there and done that. It is so frustrating. You can see it right in front of you, and it just takes one bad thing that just blows it out of the water. And I mean, honestly, he's lucky he didn't get piled up by the field coming at him. At least they missed him and didn't destroy his car. But that close, tight battling up front, and to just lose all that ground is very frustrating for a driver.
Hey, I know I'm an outsider here, but I gotta tell you, this is what it comes down to right here.
Yeah, we're gonna see like a green-white checker. It looks like.
You think?
Are the lights out?
Yes, they are.
Who's gonna win the inaugural race?
The lights are out. Lights are out on the pace car. The 101 sitting in first. 21 of Kelly Horner's right behind him in second. 000. Buzz Barfield third place. Fourth place the number 13 TDR Speed. Fifth place the number 0 of Matt Hatfield. That's your top 5 coming down to the last lap.
I'll tell you, I think that 101's gonna hold off that.
Here's my green flag.
Hold off more.
And we are green flag racing. And this time the top 4 seem to be pulling. Looks like fourth place is going for third. The 13's taking on the 000. No, he doesn't have a run on him. White flag is out.
Yeah. And the yellow's out. This is going to be it.
They are racing back for the win, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice.
Oh, and Kelly takes it wide off of turn 4, and the 101 gets a nice big jump out of 4. Excellent racing. Congratulations to the 101, 21, and 000 for first, second, third.
I think that top 5 right there, I think that's 101 gets a little up tap.
10-4. What a race.
Hey, whoever wins the Source Italy Media Prize of magazine, send me your email and you'll get a choice of a lot more magazines than just the one you've been offered.
Well, just so our viewers know that, we didn't announce too much about this earlier in the race, but this race was actually not only a points race, but a prize race as well. So there are many multiple prizes for these drivers depending on where they place tonight. Rumor has it a brand new G27 Logitech racing wheel is going to go to the winner tonight. So there was a lot on the race tonight, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did. So let's see if we can get our top 3 finishers up here in the booth with us and check in on them and see how they're feeling.
Well, hey, I'll give up that prize of the G27.
User
Hey,
was
you have
moved to
race,
your
guys.
channel.
Hey,
User was moved to your
bunches
channel.
of fun.
User was moved to your channel.
So I'm Rich up here in the booth trying to get a hold of 101 of Martin Karch. Martin, how's it going, buddy?
It is going pretty good right now.
I'm wanting to hear you say you're going to Disney World or something, man.
No, I'm not going to work tomorrow.
There you go.
Boss said if I win, I don't have to go in, so.
10-4, you held them off. What a finish. Last 2-lap shootout there. What was you thinking? I mean, I know we were messing with you if you were truly texting with us, but that race between you and Chris just had us on the edge of the seat, buddy.
That was pure luck. Truthfully, I should have lost it a couple times, but somehow I managed to keep it together.
I hear that. So tell us, how does it feel not only winning, but just finishing a 200-lap dirt race at Eldora?
It feels awesome. To come from the back of the pack like I did and fight my way to the lead, it was awesome.
10-4, man. We're so happy for you. You put on a good show. Is there anybody out there you want to give a shout out? You're live on air.
Well,
Carson Krenz, yeah.
I want to thank all of you guys for putting on this show tonight. And I also want to thank my sponsors, Bold LLC, Bold Office Shares, and Bold 3PL.
10-4, Martin. 10-4. Good race. Excellent win. Hope to see you next week wherever we're broadcasting at, buddy. And just awesome. Awesome night for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
J-Rock, are you running around down there? You got to find a second-place car, the 21 of Kelly Horner. Have you found him yet?
Yes, I have here. Kelly. Let me get through your crowd here. Excuse me, guys. Hey, Kelly, do you have anything for Martin there at the end there? Because it sure looked like you just let it all hang out.
No, I had nothing for him. I kind of told him that let's just fight it out between the two of us and let's get her done. And when the caution came out, I kind of planned it a little bit, tried to see if I can get him come out of 4, but I was too far back.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I know you made it look exciting. I mean, it's this them final laps or last 10 laps was just wow. I mean, I can only imagine. It was tiring just watching you. Is there anybody, I guess, that you want to give kudos for? I guess for.
Well, yeah, quite a bit. Matt for putting on. You, J-Rock, for building the track. Awesome track. What else can I say? It's just, it was fun. I'd do it all over again. What the heck?
Well, you look like you had fun. That's good to see. That's what it was all about. We aim to please here, I guess, as always in this TWA truck series. Unprecedented event. So if you don't have anything else there for you, I'll let you get back to your podium finish there and celebrate with your crew.
I'd just like to say congrats to Martin on the win, and good job on Buzz for finishing 3rd.
Rich, you got Buzz?
No, I don't got Buzz. I sent Carson off to him. Carson, have you found Buzz down there in that crowd yet? How about it, Carson?
No, I didn't. I'm just sitting here by myself. I haven't found Buzz. He didn't try and contact me or nothing.
Yeah, that's because you shouldn't have been sitting on the front of my truck like that.
There you go. It sounds like Carson's got Buzz on there now. Them two guys are crazy. Buzz, let's hear a conversation between you and Carson. Congratulations on 3rd place, buddy. Go ahead and get him, Carson.
Hey, what the hell, Buzz? You know what? I'll tell you what.
Buzz, great finish, buddy. 3rd place. I mean, what more could you ask for at an inaugural race at Eldora dirt track in the trucks, man? I mean, what else could you say, right?
Well, we didn't have a good start.
All me and Buzz can do is say, you know what?
Is it like that?
No, we didn't. And, we could basically say that, his nephew freaking gave us a hell of a freaking problem. I mean, he's just a problem child.
All right. Well, that's where we're going over the air. Congratulations on 3rd place, Buzz, and to all of our top 3 contenders.
Look here, man. Let me thank J-Rock for doing such a good job on the track, and we need to get him a designated driver to at least get him the hell out of the city here. My man's had a few too many to drink tonight.
That's what I'm thinking.
But anyways, I want to thank Matt for putting on a good show, and I want to thank J-Rock for making a hell of a track. And I do want to thank Chase Barfield. My nephew was the 3rd fastest qualifier and didn't get to make the show, and he gave me some tips on the line and how to get around the track. And I appreciate it, and I enjoy running with them guys, and they're going to start seeing a whole lot more of me.
10-4, Buzz, 10-4. Good race. Good showing by everybody.
18 to 3rd, we'll take it.
Heck yeah, you can't be ashamed of
All I
that.
gotta say is, you know what, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to have fun with you guys.
All right, buddy. Thanks for joining us up here. Well, J-Rock, another night DRTV has checked in on another live broadcast with TWA in this inaugural event. Do you think it turned out like you thought it was gonna? I mean, I know we had some exciting racing, but this was good.
It was good. I expected, I think I mentioned it before, I expected to see a lot more trucks to finish the race. Had some fall out of there. We'll have to weed it out and find out, I guess, what happened to some of those, like Jim Jackson and some of those particulars like that.
10-4, I hear that. So we got some investigating to do, find out a couple issues that happened during the race, but other than that, this has been a live broadcast from DRTV in conjunction with TWA Racing, TDR Racing, and Dyno Racing. Thanks for watching, and you all have a great night. We will see you next week.